Hi, friends. So today I wanted to talk about seasonal affective disorder, or SAD, which is a type of depression that's related to changes in season. So for me, I tend to, in around October when the seasons change. For me, right now I'm located in New Jersey. The weather's getting colder, the days are starting to get shorter, and I noticed that my depression has been increasing. And I haven't been formally diagnosed with it, but I changed psychiatrists a few times and they both mentioned it. And one of my friends had said, like, hey, or when my psychiatrists were looking at my chart, they're like, oh, I noticed that you've been struggling more like during your treatment and, starting in October. Do you think you might have this? And I didn't really think I did, but I've been looking for the signs more and noticed that my mental health did start to take a dip when it got drearier, when it got colder. So I wanted to talk about it. So some of the signs and symptoms are feeling listless, sad, or down most of the day, nearly every day, which has just been me recently. Low energy and feeling sluggish, problems with sleeping too much, which, oh my gosh, I typically am up at 5 a.m. and today I think I went to bed relatively late for me, like 11 or 12. Woke up at 5 and then I slept until 10. Which 5 hours of extra sleeping is a lot of extra sleeping. And this one struck me a lot is like experiencing carbohydrate cravings because all I've been wanting right now is rice. Recently, all I wanted to eat is rice and like rice and eggs and fried rice. And it is strange for me to crave it like that strongly. Overeating and weight gain. Like, why have I just been nonstop eating? Like, I'm not hungry. I sometimes I am hungry, but like I don't need to snack all the time. Like, I don't need to eat 24/7. Difficulty concentrating, tiredness, and low energy. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, this is hitting me very strongly right now. I suffer from depression as well, so I mean, it's just a double whammy for me, I guess. And I've gotten to the point where I try to be a lot more aware about my changes in mood. One of my first triggers is sleep. If I'm not up and about at like 5 a.m., I know that something is wrong for me. And it's been a while since, I don't know, a month or two where I just cannot get up. To combat that, I rely on skills that I've used in the past. So my favorite one, which I will talk about until the end of time, is the done list, which I made up. Well, I don't know if I'm the first one who's ever done it, but the treatment place I was at, no one had heard about this before. So the done list is essentially the backwards of a to-do list. You just write down every single thing you've done, and I'll put a link to that video where I talk about it. But essentially, one of my top 5 like Clifton strengths, if you've ever taken those, is achiever. And I need to get something done every day. So writing down my done list, sorry, backwards for me. And I don't generally write down every single thing I do anymore, but I'll write down up until usually sometimes in the mid morning. I will stop because at that point I'm like, you know what, I did do things today. I can keep going. I can keep doing this. But in the past, I've written down absolutely everything I've done that day. And it's helpful to see, like, I did the 11th, sorry, the 12th, I should do the 13th, I think I did the 4th. So I don't do it every single day, but days that I wake up just miserable, I do them. I just write down everything I did. So like I woke up, I made my bed, brushed my teeth, and so on and so forth until I get out of my funk, and at least for the time being. Typically, it's been hard with, I think last week I just put in my W-2 schedule because I realized that I really need, well, with depression, it makes you not want to take care of yourself, and then it's rude, and to get better, you have to take care of yourself, which is just ridiculous, by the way. But so in my schedule for the week, I put in my W-2 because it helps me kind of see, like, okay, here's all the time that I have like blocked out and I can't do work on like the projects that I have that I'm working on. So it kind of helps me rearrange things there. And then typically I put in entrepreneurial stuff in the afternoons and evenings. So usually I'll come home or I'll finish work, take a little break, and then either start on entrepreneurial stuff or like we'll have dinner and then I'll do stuff later in the evening. And I noticed that I had scheduled a lot of things in my day and I was freezing. Like I would do a little bit here and there, but I wasn't doing like hours of scheduling and creation and brainstorming because it was all too much. So last week, I took all of that out to take the pressure off, and I wanted to do something for myself each day. So I've discovered a love of diamond painting because it's just fun. And so you'll see some of my videos are going to be like me putting these things together and then talking in the background. Taking that pressure off was really good for me, and I'm really glad I did it. And this week I'm feeling more able to do things, and I was moving the needle forward a tiny bit each day, and every little bit matters. But because I took that time to take care of myself, I can move the needle forward more. I can do an inch, 2 inches. But yeah, I wanted to talk about my experience with SAD because it's hard. I get so mad. I was so cranky for like 2 weeks ago. I was angry at everything, angry at the world, angry that like I was hungry. And yeah, hunger is real for me during the winter months. And you're not alone if you get the winter blues. And if you need to seek help. There's no reason to continue to suffer. Life is too short to be miserable and to struggle all by yourself. I've been in intensive treatment, but I've been through it a lot in the past, and I'm now at the point where I can rely on my skills, relying on like the plans I have in place to get better. But if you don't have those skills, if you don't have, and you want to seek treatment, there are places you can go to. You can talk to your primary healthcare provider. There is the National Alliance for Mental Illness, or NAMI, has meetings online, and I'll find a link. So I'll put it in the description for how to join those meetings. And man, SAD is rough. Mental illness in general, any illnesses really. I just have experience with mental illnesses. It's not a good time, and I don't want people to suffer by themselves or not know where to turn. So I hope this helps. I hope hearing that, learning how to notice the symptoms and being able to take those steps to take care of yourself before burnout helps. Because me a year ago probably would have just blown past this and thought, you know what, I'm not strong enough. I can't, I deserve to feel this way because I'm a bad person, or because I'm not strong enough and that's why I suffer. It's not accurate at all. Mental illness is invisible, and it's not that you're not strong enough, it's that you're sick. And while I understand a lot of people say choose to be happy, it's a choice. No, I can't speak for everybody, but I don't know one person who suffers with this that would choose to have a more difficult life. You could, I suppose, but if you suffer with this, you didn't choose it, and you deserve help, deserve the time. You're worth it. You're worth the effort. You're worth the time and energy it takes. And I hope that providing these resources like NAMI, talking about my experience, helps you. And I will talk more I have some scheduled videos about things I've learned and tips and tricks I use. My favorite ones just happens to be the done list and some mindfulness games. But I don't want my channel to be all just preachy, because that's not fun. And to be honest, it's not fun for me to listen to someone just preach about stuff. So I hope talking a little bit about my journey and the things that I've used can help you. And I thank you for being here today. And remember that you're worth it. You're worth the time. You're worth the energy. You're not weak. You didn't choose to have a more difficult life. I highly doubt you chose to have a difficult life. So I hope you guys have a good weekend. Take care of yourselves. Love you guys. Bye.